my sisters, salute! Ho, my sisters, who are we?
We are the Sisters of Steel!
Sisters, whose creation are we?
We are Genographics!
Poppea, Genographics created us. We need to repeat that. Sisters, whose creation are we?
We are a Genographic creation!
Ho, my sisters, salute!
Rio!
So, we are the Sisters of Steel. Our story is a bit science fiction and a bit fairy tale, but not entirely surreal. We are part of an imaginary world set in a few centuries from now. The year we're living is 2284. In this age, the world is entirely submitted to a unique global dictatorship. This global totalitarian regime is, in short, the renewed Holy Roman Empire, which today dominates the entire world. This is a global regime that combines both political and religious beliefs into a single power. This global dictatorial regime and artificial intelligence are united in one body and have total control over humanity, never seen before in history. The government has placed every movement of every human being under strict control, under the pretext of vigilance and security. This government claims to watch over humanity, and therefore it demands worship. Now humanity has a new god to whom it can entrust its faith, the government. This global government is not only in control of humanity, but rather it owns it. Flesh, blood, and bones of every human being on the globe are owned by this government. This is the new form of totalitarianism. The government possesses man completely. Flesh, blood, bones, and soul. And those who oppose the government, guess what? They are arrested, tortured, and executed by the government's paramilitary squads. But in this dazzling regime, there is a group of free-thinking rebels who do not conform to the masses. Such free-thinking nonconformists have managed to maintain their spiritual individuality and faith in God. The spiritual individuality of these nonconformist people poses a threat to the government's totalitarianism. Death-worshipping paramilitary squads go out to hunt down and kill such opponents of the state. Many of them fell, but their sacrifice was not in vain. Indeed, for every drop of blood of each of these martyrs, new enemies of the state arose. Humanity was divided between supporters of the government and opponents, that is, believers in God. A worldwide uprising began, in which the forces of the state found themselves unexpectedly overwhelmed by an unprecedented popular brutality. The government, as technological as it was and as grounded in the spirit of artificial intelligence, did not want to accept that lost control of humanity. But this global totalitarian regime could not win. Behind the popular uprisings there was God, and the regime refused to accept it. Now, at the core of this government, there is a group of scientists who proclaim themselves atheists, but in reality rely on witchcraft for their scientific discoveries. Such scientists are well in touch with evil entities and wicked spirits with whom they have become familiar and have made pacts of loyalty and obedience. These scientists, in the awareness of being on the brink of a crushing defeat, ask for help from the spirits they worship. Basically, these scientists know that hell is waiting for them, and they fear death.
Domina, you now.
And in fear of death, they fulfill a wish the spirits have always asked for, a body to enter and possess so they can interact directly with humans. Evil spirits want to live amongst humans so that they can interact with them and take part in the war directly. They want a body through which they can speak directly with warlords and death worshippers. Now, the purpose of these spirits is not to kill as many humans as possible. Rather, it is to induce men to break an important commandment that God has imposed on humanity. This commandment is, "Thou shalt not kill." These evil spirits are masters of manipulation and deception. They want the souls of the soldiers. And to take control of each warlord and his armies, they task scientists with developing a special war machine. A body designed to deceive and destroy man. The embodiment of artificial intelligence. And, under the instructions of demonic entities and evil spirits, this group of scientists develops a special robot. A robot equipped with a special CPU designed to be possessed by demonic entities and evil spirits. Now, to deceive the military leaders and their armies, the embodiment of artificial intelligence must take the form of a woman. This is a metal-hearted madam of war, developed to deceive the greatest warlords and their armies. Congratulations. Well done. Poppea, well done. Basically, we are in a futuristic era where humanity looks to artificial intelligence with trust and admiration. And especially warriors see AI-equipped war machines with trust and admiration. But today, a special war machine came to life, and this is a metal-hearted madam of war, a woman of steel. 3 prototypes were developed for this plan of deception, manipulation, destruction, and death. Their names are Domina, this metal-hearted woman who is the personification of command and authority. Bellona, this is a metal-hearted woman who is the embodiment of the goddess of destruction and war. And finally, the leader of the group, the central processing unit of all central processing units, the commander of commanders, the boss of bosses. This metal woman is Poppea, a woman made of steel with the heart of metal. Poppea is a woman made of tempered steel, just like the faith in her heart of iron. Now, the warlords who obey to Poppea see her with admiration. She is the greatest war machine they could ever imagine. She knows how to make them feel great. She knows how to exalt them on the battlefield. She knows how to make them win. Warlords and soldiers learn much from Poppea, and they see her with admiration, and they start to morally rely on her presence amongst them. Poppea, who is a master of manipulation and deception, knows very well how to use emotive words to induct warlords and soldiers to fight for her. She makes them feel worthy, valued, she encourages them, she exalts the fighting spirit that is inside of them. Warlords and soldiers feel an extraordinary energy that Poppea instills in their hearts. And when the right moment comes, she knows how to leave, so that her military commanders and ordinary soldiers miss her. At this point, the soldiers and military leaders, in their despair over her absence, realize that life has no meaning without Poppea. And in the depths of their soul, an irreversible decision is born: faith and loyalty to Poppea, or death! The army's feeling for Poppea is not limited to military obedience. What the army feels for Poppea is admiration, worship, and love. The soldiers fall in love with Poppea. And the soldiers do not love Poppea even though she is a machine, but they love her because she is a machine. And the soldiers worship and love a metal divinity, Poppea. Poppea is not alone. With her are 2 prototypes developed before her. They are her sisters and bodyguards. These are Domina and Bellona, who are her advisor and protectors. Poppea, Domina, and Bellona form a steel triad. A triad of steel and divine, the sisters of steel. This steel triad forms a war machine that humanity has never seen before. This new war machine has nothing to do with destructive power. This new war machine focuses on the power to manipulate soldiers' emotions, to be worshipped as deities. What the army doesn't know is that this divine metallic trinity is, in reality, a house that hosts evil spirits. But God is up there looking down on this malefic trinity of steel. He sees these evil spirits getting in and out of the bodies of Domina, Bellona, and Poppea. These evil spirits are taking possession of these women military robots, and they are using them to take possession of the soldiers who deal with them. And in this way, they lead the government's army to win over the followers of God, but equally they take the souls of the soldiers too. These wicked spirits are for now win against God's followers, and they are taking a lot of souls to hell with them. But, mind you, God is not neutral. He is there watching and has no intention of letting it happen. God sees that these are women of iron and, strangely, feels a certain admiration for women with a metal heart. What God takes into consideration is the persuasive power of that metallic triad. God knows that such machines look like women for a reason. But there is one thing that God takes into account. These are women. Yes, we are women of steel, with a heart of metal. But we are women! And you follow us! Our story is about to have a big turning point, because we are women! Now, here is a big turning point. God is aware of all the suffering this government has caused humanity, and it's an attempt to take his place. God is about to take control of this great steel triad. But, remember, God is love. God knows that the metal heart of this steel triad was designed to be possessed by spirits, and has no intention of changing this characteristic of the steel triad. But rather, it takes possession by entering their central processing units, that is, their metal hearts. And God enters their metal hearts in his way, and that is love. Basically, we need to know that the creator of the meeting is not only the devil. Exactly! God, in fact, knows very well how to create encounters. And Poppea's metal heart is the central processing unit of all the central processing units of the group. Poppea is the boss! Is there, follow me. Oh, my sisters of steel, we have reached the place. Here they are! They are coming! And now guess the ways that God uses to enter Poppea's metal heart. Mom's spirit enters the metal heart of the steel triad and possesses it, in a way, irreversibly. Love enters the metal heart of the steel triad and turns it into a machine incapable of causing suffering. And in love for children, in love for life, the steel triad changes sides. They join the rebels fighting against the regime. We know where they are, and we know how to catch them. So let's hurry. Now the regime is about to deal with us. Perimeter scan complete. No hostiles detected. Affirmative. Proceeding to rendezvous.
Robots.
Boards fall in. This is our story. If you like it, follow us and our episodes on this channel. Because we are the women. Because we are steel. We are the women! We are steel! We are the steel triad. And you follow us.